The ReTouch 3D was on Kickstarter when I came across it. When it wrapped up, it had 394 backers that pledged $56,398. It seemed like a great tool to complement 3D printing being pushed as a brand new way to finish 3D prints. Something that you can easily clean up rough prints with or fix print errors. There wasn't many things on the market like it at the time, so I didn't hesitate to pledge. It was presented with a different design at first, and that began the first problem. Like many Kickstarters, this one had its share as well. The design was said to have issues with the heating element, and so they set out to redesign the body. It went through many things, and to summarize, most of us backers felt like we'd never see this come out. To everyone's surprise, though, they presented a new design and things started rolling. This was 2017, last year. By the end of the summer, they started talking about shipping. Of course, everyone was still skeptical, but here we are in 2018, January, and most of us who backed ReTouch 3D have the new design in hand. Yes, it took a while, but all credit should go to the ReTouch 3D team. They didn't give up like so many other Kickstarters have. So, how well does it work? Not too bad, actually. It arrives packaged in a nice box, and I honestly didn't believe it would even have a packaging. It has different plugs for different regions. I'm not too thrilled about the plug, actually. It's very stiff and easy to knock stuff over on your table if you don't let it hang off to the side. It's also very short. The connection from the tool to the plug is an issue. It easily disconnects, and when it doesn't do that, it causes a slight power loss which resets the temperature to 1. I ended up taping it, but that's not a perfect solution. I'm still looking for a way to fix this. But even if that sounds like a major complaint, it's not. As mentioned, it has a selectable temperature setting. It dials up to 10. I tend to find that 5 to 7 actually works fine. 5 with ABS and 7 with PLA. There are 5 different tips that ship with the ReTouch 3D. There's a blender tip, which allows you to smooth surfaces, and 3 different refiner tools, and then there's a remover tool. I found the remover tool to be the best all-around tip to use. They made a tool for changing the tips without burning your hand. It's pretty simple to pull one off and put the other one on. Using ReTouch 3D is pretty simple. Take a rough area and just smooth it out. There are plastic welders out there too, but again, it's high heat and it will ruin your print before you fix anything. The standard way most of us clean up 3D prints is with a grinder, sandpaper, or files, all of which leaves lots of debris on your workstation. To be honest, I still use a file and sandpaper just to smooth a few areas out, even with the ReTouch 3D. A really great thing is the ability to save a print that might otherwise have been thrown away. I had a couple prints that the top almost looked like a wireframe due to under extrusion. I was able to melt some plastic onto the print and clean it up. It totally saved a piece and looks good. It'll get some paint so the slight burn areas really won't matter. Where the burnt plastic came from actually was plastic that stuck to the tip. Due to the lower temperatures, you can actually clean the excess plastic off with a cloth or throwaway rag. Of course, the tip is still hot enough, so take caution. This isn't exactly recommended, and I'm not advising anyone to copy me. This is just something I found easy to do. The other thing I found odd is the inside of the tips. There is a rolled up piece of metal stuck inside to help allow a tighter fit. I'm not really sure why they didn't make the tips of a size so this wasn't needed. It's sort of annoying. Not at all a deal breaker, but the metal can slip out when changing the tips. It can be put back in, but like I said, it's annoying. Now overall, I like the ReTouch 3D. It was able to breeze through about 20 prints in 12 minutes, cleaning up all the bad areas. Sanding previously resulted in closer to an hour for cleanup. There are now other tools on the market like ReTouch 3D, I haven't looked at them, so I don't know how they compare. If you're looking for something to help you clean supports off, repair bad areas, and smooth out rough prints, this is the tool for you. This still will not help if you have a raft that is welded to a print. I mean, you could probably still use it and work at it, but I think ReTouch 3D will come in more so after you clear the raft. It's a welcome item to my 3D printing. I would recommend it. I found plenty of use for it in just a few days. I'm sure I'll find even more use for it as time goes by. It was a little pricey, but I'm glad I own it. Thanks for watching, and I hope this helped you out if you had any interest in ReTouch 3D.